music fans of the internet. We're last week's album. I'm Derek.
I am Kevin.
And before we go any further, we're going to start things like we always do, drinking a beer.
Cheers, guys, and Derek.
This week we are going to discuss St. Vincent, the self-titled release by St. Vincent. And if you're wondering who St. Vincent is or who they are, St. Vincent is Annie Aaron Clark, and Annie Aaron Clark is St. Vincent. So there you go. Clark started her career as a member of the Polyphonic Spree. She was the one in the robe. And she also toured with Sufjan Stevens' band. And since then, she's built a reputation as being one of the most innovative guitarists of this generation. And this self-titled release is her 4th LP. Kevin, do you have anything you need to add?
You pretty much summed it up. Only thing of note, though, is that this was produced by John Congleton, who produced the album we reviewed last week, Burn Your Fire for No Witness by Angel Olsen. So that was a fun coincidence. Doing well, Congleton. Doing well producing.
No doubt. No kidding. What a strange coincidence. Is this guy paying us? Is he giving us kickbacks? Because, I mean, we're picking up a lot of his work here. I don't know.
He should be.
That's right. So let's go to Sounds Like. Kevin, what do you think St. Vincent sounds like?
Derek, I thought that St. Vincent, the album, sounds like artful pop thrown in a blender with Disney vocals and too many types of guitar shredding to mention. What did you think it sounds like, Derek?
Kevin, I like that. I think I'm taking your idea of numerous types of guitar sounds and running with it. I think St. Vincent, the album, sounds like Best Coast with a motor powered by a band of horses, accompanied by a general animal collective, viewed after the fact through Dirty Projectors.
Wow. Wow. I don't think you could squeeze any more references in there if you tried, Derek.
I did try, and let me just say I took it right out because it was already too much, but there you have it. All right, so for key tracks, Kevin, what did you have?
I have Huey Newton and Digital Witness. What about you, Derek?
Oh, no, that's nice. I actually have Digital Witness as well, and my other key track is Regret. So Huey Newton, I believe, comes up earlier than our others. You want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. Huey Newton begins with this wiry, synth-ish guitar. I actually thought it was a synth before I watched the video of her playing the song, and she's definitely doing it on guitar, along with this military-esque, stompish beat, very dreamy singing, and the whole first half of the song lulls you into this soft, gentle sort of dreamscape, and then at 2:40, out of nowhere, she flips the whole song upside down with this dirty, dirty guitar hook. She starts singing like Alanis Morissette in a really good way. I mean that. On top of that riff, and over some otherworldly synth and auto-tuned backing vocals and heavy metal drums, and just, I don't know, throws pedal to the metal on this second half of the song, and that's really why I dug it. That guitar riff is probably my favorite moment on the album. And it was written about an ambient trip, and that's pretty much what it sounds like. So you should check out that track if you're watching at home. Why did you like Digital Witness, Derek?
Digital Witness, one, I kind of liked it for the lyrical theme going on here, and she's kind of deploring the excessive transparency created through social media and the rise there. An example lyric here is, Digital Witnesses, what's the point of even sleeping if I can't show it? If you can't see me, what's the point in anything? I really kind of dug the tongue-in-cheek humor, and I thought the humor is really supported by the overall kind of sounds. The verses kind of featured this just kind of hypnotizing what I think is a synth, but from what you're telling me, it very well is probably not a synth. This kind of rigid drum machine beat. But then it really opens up during the chorus with just some thundering guitar chords, bigger drums, and just a really catchy vocal melody, which I thought was interesting, was sung in kind of a group or layered type thing, which once again just kind of mirrored this theme or idea of rigidity and conscription, the masses just falling in line with what is thrust upon them by the social media creators, if you will. Just kind of really interesting things, lyrically, musically, all coming together here.
Yeah, speaking of social media, Derek, I'd like to take this opportunity to shamelessly plug that we are on every social network you can imagine. You should find us there and follow along in whatever form that social media forum takes. So, the reasons I liked Digital Witness, though, were for its horn stabs and bubbly synths, sludgy guitar, dancey percussion. Later we get these more and more and more computerized effects, which is very appropriate, thinking about the song and its message that Derek's mentioned, and ultimately creates this sort of new age, herky-jerky funk. And I think you can really feel David Byrne's influence here, who she's been making music with and touring with as of late. And yeah, overall, just like the sentiment and the questions it raises about social media and the way we present ourselves to the public eye. So, yeah. What was your other key track, Derek?
Kevin, my other key track is Regret. What really caught me here is just this really crunchy, bluesy guitar riff kind of thing going on, just really chords that just really thump along. Really works well with the drum beat that's going on there. And at the 1 minute mark, this guitar solo kind of comes out of nowhere and plays right under these crunchy guitar chords. You might miss it if you're not listening closely, but you're really missing out if you aren't hearing that. Later on, this guitar riff is kind of replaced by strings, synths, and kind of a horn as it kind of winds down. Only before jumping right in again, punching in the face, and I mean the riff saying, "I'm so good, how could you forget I existed?" Just really kind of cool, playful music things going on here. The lyrics I thought were really interesting. You mentioned Angel Olsen, who last week sang a song where the lyrics say, "Wish I had nothing left to say." Well, the complete opposite of that is this St. Vincent song, as she says, "Regret the words I've bitten more than the ones I've said." So two very different outlooks here on saying things maybe you shouldn't have, and I'm siding with St. Vincent here. You're not really living unless you've tasted foot and mouth. So there you go.
Nice.
All right, so best lyric. Kevin, I'm going to kind of jump first here as I kind of segued to it. This one comes from Regret. I'm going to expand on this. Summer is as faded as a lone cicada call. Memories so bright I got to squint just to recall. Regret the words I've bitten more than the ones I've ever said. I think the first two parts are just kind of really interestingly poetic, and then she, really hits at home there with the description of her outlook on regrets, and never regret what you say. You should really be regretting what you don't say. So there you have it. What do you think?
Yeah, my best lyric is actually from Huey Newton, also one of my key tracks, and the line goes, "Pleasure.loathing.Huey.Newton. Oh, it was a lonely, lonely winter." And that just for me summed up both the disconnectedness theme of the album and it's a very sort of quirky St. Vincent style statement that just fits her personality, as well as the album, which is self-titled. So I thought it was a really nice encapsulation there in that line.
Yeah, I really dug that one too. All right, Kevin, so here we are, overall rating. I'm going to kick it to you first. What do you think here on St. Vincent?
All right, I'm going big. I'm going 5 out of 5. I thought this was a phenomenal album from St. Vincent. I'll be honest, I have not really dove into her work previously, but I absolutely loved this album, and I'm going to go digging through her catalog now for sure. I thought it dealt with the theme of disconnection in the modern digital age very well. The album feels very disconnected in a very good way. You sort of feel at bay a little bit from her and her emotions. And I don't know, like she's behind this sort of, some kind of veil. I don't know, maybe social media of some sort. But, and also her guitar work and her overall songwriting I thought was extremely inventive and very efficient. As we mentioned earlier, sometimes we couldn't even tell when she was riffing on guitar, and she actually was. But I think just speaks to her prowess with that instrument and the effects and the pedals and every different way you can make it sound. So Very strong work out of St. Vincent. 5 out of 5. What do you think, Derek?
Kevin, I'm going 5 out of 5 as well. A lot of the same reasons you mentioned. I really dug the sound and the textures that were achieved there. Just very different stuff through and through. And yeah, I mean, it had me sitting there replaying things, just being like, what is making this sound? But I really dug it. I thought the lyrics were great overall for a lot of reasons you just alluded to. Yeah, I just really dug it. I'm gonna also kind of dig back into earlier stuff as I had been too much up on that. But this is a fantastic album. A lot of really interesting themes, sounds, and everything else. So there you have it. 5 out of 5 for St. Vincent from the both of us. Thanks again for joining us here at last week's album, where we're talking about good music. Thanks. Cheers.
See you next week, guys. Cheers.